Hey, this is Kev from Blender Binge. In this video, we're going to go over some really good shortcuts that will improve your workflow in Blender. So I would definitely recommend copying these down somewhere as you watch the video. Alright, let's go. The first shortcut is Shift A. That allows you to call up this menu that adds a whole bunch of options that you can add to the scene. So it calls up a menu of things that you can go in and add. So instead of going over here and always moving your mouse over here, alright, which takes time, you can just simply go in the window, hit Shift A, and add whatever you want. Now the second shortcut I'm going to go over is splitting this view into 4 views. To do that, okay, make sure your Blender's active and you hit Control Alt Q. And to get back to this view, Control Alt Q again. Alright, Control Alt Q, Control Alt Q. Now it's very important that you hit Alt, because if you hit Control Q, that asks you to quit Blender, and if you're not paying attention and you click the mouse, you're going to quit Blender. Not cool. Another shortcut I want to tell you is sometimes you just want more space to work while you're in here. If you just hold down Shift and Spacebar while you're in here, that gets rid of almost everything else on the screen and lets you have full screen working, okay? And when you want everything to return to normal, Shift Spacebar again. Okay, Shift Spacebar, Shift Spacebar. If you want more full screen, hit Alt F10 while you're in the window here. Alt F10, you get full screen. Hit Alt F10 again, back to normal. Alt F10, full screen. You have all this window to work with. Alt F10, back to normal. The next shortcut I want to go over is the ability to search for anything in Blender by just hitting, when you're in this window, you hit Spacebar. Alright, and that allows you to go in and search. In here, you can just search for anything. Add monkey, cube, subdivide. Alright. Another highly useful shortcut is you can always recenter this 3D cursor wherever you move it by hitting Shift C. That will always recenter your cursor. Now it tends to recenter the scene too, but it'll always snap your cursor back to the origin. So if you want to create everything at the origin, Shift C snaps it back. Another very useful shortcut is the ability to hide things. So if I have Suzanne selected and I hit H on the keyboard, it hides her, which is also just taking off this little eye icon over here. Okay? If I want to show her again, I hit Alt H. Okay? H to hide, Alt H to show again. Here's a very useful shortcut for when you're actually wanting to select things and you don't want to use that circle or box select. So if I go here into Tab menu, okay, into Edit, zoom in, and say I delete, or not delete, and say I hit A on the keyboard, okay, to deselect everything. If I hold down Control, okay, and left mouse click, I can lasso select. And if I hold down Control and Shift at the same time, I can lasso deselect. Okay, so Control, left mouse button, selects. Control Shift, left mouse button and drag, deselects. Another useful shortcut is the ability to repeat previous actions. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let me see, if I select a face and I'll extrude it. Alright, if I hit Shift R, that will keep repeating the last action I did. Very useful. And Control Z is still undo. Another super useful shortcut here, which isn't so much a shortcut, but will help you, especially if you're used to other programs like Maya or Houdini or 3D Studio Max, Cinema 4D, that allow you to go in and see you have these manipulators here for transform. Okay, if you go down here, you can select rotate, and you can also select scale. Or if you hold down shift, you can enable all of them at once. Okay, if you're used to this, then this can be kind of cool. If you're not, this can get really confusing right off the bat. But that's where this lives. Okay, your transform manipulators, you turn it on by hitting this little button here, and then you can choose which one. So if you want to rotate, you can hit this, and then you grab whichever axis you want, and you can rotate it using the manipulator handles. Same with scale. Okay, scale lets you scale on these just by grabbing these handles. Very useful, especially if you're coming from another package. In addition to this shortcut, if you're rotating or moving or anything and you hold down shift while doing it, you can get a very precise, very controlled movement. It'll only allow you to go very small increments. Another super useful shortcut, especially while modeling, is the ability to not only select edge loops, but rings of edges as well. So to select an edge loop, you simply hold down Alt and left click, and you can select entire rings. Okay, an edge ring, or edge loop, I mean. Alright, but to select an edge ring, which is vertical, okay, you hold down Control Alt and click, and now you get all of the rings. Okay, all of these edges that go around. See that? That's Control Alt. Hold down Control Alt, and you can select all these edge rings. Okay, same with this. Okay, select one, and it selects everything that's kind of in that vector. Okay, very useful. And the last shortcut in this video that I want to show you is the ability to kind of zoom in on an area that you define by holding down Shift B while you're in this window. Okay, you get this little crosshair, and you can just define the area you want to zoom in on, and you zoom in there. Shift B. Okay. Shift B. Alright, very useful. So hopefully you got something out of this video. Again, if you did, hit like and subscribe. I definitely recommend, if you didn't write these down, go back, copy these down, or watch this video again and again, and go ahead and play with these. They'll become second nature to you, and your workflow will vastly increase. You'll get a lot faster. Alright, hope you liked it, and I'll keep making more. Thanks. Bye.